Hi everybody, in this video we're going to take a look at how you would get to the admin interface, or sometimes referred to as the designing interface of Wimba Classroom. Now this is where an instructor would go to upload and prepare and manage all of their room content before the live session actually happens. And there's two routes to be able to do this. If you're already integrated with your CMS and you have Wimba Classroom integrated with that, you can access your admin interface directly from within your CMS course. And this could apply to either Blackboard, Moodle, or Angel, or Blackboard Vista. Now also there's another route. If you're not integrated, there's another way to access your admin interface in a non-integrated fashion as well. We'll take a look at both ways to do that, and then once you're there, how to manage your room content, how to upload a few different types of files. So we're taking a look at a Blackboard course in this example, and we can see we're in the assignments area of this Blackboard course, and there's a Wimba Classroom here. So if I click on this, I'm going to be taken to a landing page, and I have an option. I can click to enter the room to the live session, but I don't want to do that because I want to add and manage some room content before my live session. So I'm going to click on Add and Manage Content, and now I'll click on Add and Manage Room Content. And now this takes me to my admin interface, and now this is where I can create new folder structures. I can upload new slides and content. I can click on New Folder on the upper right. I'll just call this New Folder. There's my new folder, and this folder structure is what will appear when you're actually in the live Wimba Classroom. In your presenters console, if you recall, there's a drop-down menu. That drop-down menu will directly correlate with whatever folder structure you have here, and then you can navigate inside of a folder, and you have this interface where you can upload and add different types of content, whether it be PowerPoints, PDFs, Flash videos, etc., or even websites, URLs, or open-ended and multiple choice questions. So it's a very easy way to be able to upload and manage your content. So that's how you get here in a Blackboard interface. Now how do you get there through a Moodle interface? So let's go over to a Moodle course. Now we can see here there's a link here that will directly take us to launch into a live Wimba Classroom session. But again, we don't want to launch into the live session. We want to go to the place where we can add and manage room content. So on the left side in the activities area, there's a link called Wimba Classrooms. We'll click on that. And now this will show a module that will display a list of all the Wimba classrooms in this course. And now I can simply click on the room that I want, and instead of launching into the live session, I'm going to now click on the content button, and that brings up a similar room admin interface, just like in Blackboard. And we can do the same thing. We can create new folders, we can go into existing folders, and I can add new slides, etc. So that's how you get here in a Moodle interface. Now what about if you're an Angel user? Let's go to an Angel course interface, and we can see that I'm logged into an Angel course that also has Wimba Classroom set up. Now here's the Angel integration nugget, and I have a list of Wimba Classrooms. I can just click on one right here called Clark State, and again I have the option to launch into the live session, but I don't want to do that. I want to add and manage my room content, so I'll click on the content button right here. And again, it brings up the same admin or designer interface where I can create new folders, I can add content to existing folders, I can modify this however I want, all in preparation of my content before the live session. Okay, so we've just taken a look at how you would access this admin interface through your integrated course in a Blackboard, Moodle, and Angel interface. Now what about if you're in a non-integrated interface, or maybe you've been provided with a Wimba sandbox room and you're still taking a look at how all of this works. So in a non-integrated interface, you would log in directly to your Wimba Classroom server. So in this example, I'm going to use our Wimba Sandbox server, and so the address you're going to want to go to add and manage your content is sandbox2.wimba.com/admin. And then you're going to log in using the credentials that were provided to you. And then you're going to see a list of the rooms that you've been given access to. Now in this scenario, I have full rights to this server, so I can see all the rooms on the server, but you would only be able to see your particular room. So let's take a look. I'm going to look for my specific room on this server, and we'll just pretend this is the one room that you have access to. So I'm going to go, there it is, Steve's room. So I'm going to click on this. Now remember, when you log in, you're just going to see one room listed. It will be your room. Okay, now you've clicked on your room, and voila, you see an interface that's also very similar to what you saw through integrated interfaces. You can create new folder structures if you want by clicking on New Folder. I'll call this one New Folder. And maybe you want to have different folders for different weeks of your semester, for example, so you can create as many folders as you want. Now what if I want to start uploading some content, maybe a PowerPoint? I'm going to click on this new folder, and because there's no content in this folder yet, it assumes I want to start uploading some, so it gives me this interface to start adding content right away. I'm going to click on Choose File, and on my desktop I have a PowerPoint, so I'll select that, hit Choose, and I'm going to click the Add button. Now depending on how many slides are in this PowerPoint file, that will determine how long it takes to upload the PowerPoint to the server. So this PowerPoint only has a couple of files or slides, and we can see that it's just been uploaded, and we can see our 2 PowerPoint slides. Now, and here's the title of the slide that you will see once you're in your live session, and if you want you can see a preview of your slide as well by clicking on the left link. There's a preview of your slide. Or what if you want to rename your slides? You can do so by typing them in right here and just click Save Changes. And if you want to reorder your slides, you can too by selecting a slide and using these arrow buttons to move them up. Click Save Changes. You've just now reordered your slides. Now what if I want to add a PowerPoint or a PDF to this list of PowerPoint slides? I'll click on New Content. I'll click on Choose File again. And I have a PDF on my desktop. I'll select that, click Choose. And notice I'm uploading this in the same way I would a PowerPoint. I'll click Add. And there we go. I've now got a PDF uploaded into my room, and it's listed as a slide. So I can push out my 2 slides, and then next I can push out a PDF to my users. Now it gives this error message. It's not really an error, it's more of a heads up letting you know that this is a PDF, which is not going to show up along with the eBoard tools. It's going to show up all by itself, just like a normal PDF would on a typical website for you and your students to see. Okay. Now what if you wanted to add a web page, a URL as a slide, basically as one of the topics in your overall presentation? You can go to New Content, and right here I can type in whatever URL I want. Just type in google.com, click Add, and there you go. And I can make this new website get pushed out into a pop-up window, or I can send it to the content frame. I prefer selecting the content frame. That keeps it captured within the main presentation area that your students would see, and they won't need to deal with any pop-up windows showing up. I can preview this just like any other slide, and we can see that when I push this out to my students, google.com will show up in the main presentation area. So let's take a look at one last thing. If we want to, I can add a multiple choice question or an open-ended question. I'll choose multiple choice. Creating an open-ended question is very similar. I'll just click Create. And right here, I can specify the title, which will show up on my list of slides, and the question itself. So maybe I want to say, what is your favorite ice cream? And I'll give it a title. I'll call it Fave Ice Cream. And here's where I give my options. I'll say chocolate, vanilla, mint. And then down below, if I want students' names to be published along with the responses, I can click yes. If I want to allow them to have multiple responses, I can check this. If I want to change how the question is presented, I can change this. I like choosing a blue text with a sky background. It's more aesthetically easy on the eyes, and I'll click Save Changes. And there was my new multiple choice question, and when I push this out, there's a preview of it. That's what it will look like to your students. Very good. So we've just taken a look at how to access the admin interface through integration, also how to access it outside of integration, how to upload various different types of content, and make this all ready ahead of time before your live session. I hope this has been helpful. Have a wonderful day.